attitude off. 2, 1.
Booster ignition and liftoff of Atlantis on a mission to study planet Earth.
Roger, roll, Atlantis. Houston now controlling. Atlantis is underway on its 13th mission in space, rolling on course for 5,789,000 orbit at an altitude of 160 nautical miles.
Aloha everybody, Rick is here and I'm back in the house and we are going to record ourselves another Orbiter 2010 video here. We're going to continue with our Aero Challenge. We just did our post-ejection burn and we're in the process of leaving the Earth. So basically we have a lot of empty space between Earth and Jupiter. So as soon as we get out here, we'll do a little bit of fast forwarding and kind of hurry up our time. I think that I'll probably more than likely cut the video a little bit because this is going to take like 20-25 minutes to just get out to Jupiter, and that's going to be nothing but a bunch of time warp. So you guys don't want to watch that. Anyway, let's take a look here at TransX and back. Oh, I forgot. Actually, it's easier to go back, I think. Moon, escape, none. And let's see here. Don't want to do that. Alright, well, let's see here. Forward. And minimum Earth target is going to be Jupiter. Alright, so this is our path, as you can see. And let's go over here and let's call this one up. Forward. And as you can see, we're currently 8.6 gigameters from Jupiter, the surface of Jupiter. Once we get out there, excuse me, we're going to need to be at about, I don't know, 5,000 kilometers, I think is what the atmosphere is on it. So the very first thing we need to do is we need to start our trip to Jupiter. So let's power this all down so we can see what's going on, and let's start our trip. Now, what I'll do is I'll go until I have to put some oxygen in my tanks, and then we'll stop. I will stop the recording, and then I will, at that time, I will go ahead and finish a good portion of the distance to Jupiter. Probably about halfway. And then we will do a course adjustment, and I'll show you how we do that. So right now we are 100,000 times normal speed, and as you can see, the G down there at the bottom where it shows G 0.00, that means we're out of the strong influence of the Earth. So let's go ahead and activate the sun, because that's our strongest body gravitational wise. Now what we're going to do is, you see that line moving, you got the big long dashed line there, and then you got this little line that's kind of coming out like a little piece of it. That is where we are currently at in our orbit. So what we're doing here is we're cruising out, and when that gets about halfway, give or take, I will do a course correction. I see some stuff there. I wonder what that is. That's Venus, Mercury, Saturn. Alright, those are kind of cool, huh? You can see them going by. So Let's just boogie on out. And now as soon as it... Oh, what's this one coming here to the right? That is Mars. Okay. As soon as it goes beep beep at me and I have to add some more oxygen, that's when we'll cut our video and continue our flight out there. Which shouldn't be too much longer, to be honest with you. We'll just leave that off so we can take a look at the darkness of space. So let's go ahead and maybe play a little bit of music in the background. Alright, well, we're a good distance out now, so we'll go ahead and do a course correction. Turn the HUD back on. And we need to go prograde so that I know where I'm going. Okay, let's go back to this view because it's easier. Now, what I want to do is we're going to call up TransX on this side. And over here, we're going to do a maneuver. Alright, now let's add a little bit of time. Not too much. About 300 maybe. See how long that is. So I can't remember. View. Well, now I can't remember. Oh, I know why. Never mind. Because I got to add some of this. There, now I'll be able to see it. 700 seconds, that's fine. Okay, that'll be fine. So let's go ahead and lower our orbit. You can see over there where it says Min Alt. Let's go ahead and bring that down a little faster. Alright, so there's that. Let's give it a little bit of plane change, because right now we're setting at 55, which is way too much. Okay, she's coming down nicely. And come down to about 5,000. Okay, let's back up to this and continue to come down. Okay, that's about there, and let's go ahead and put just a little more plane change. Yeah, this is looking really good. Okay, let's back up here and put a little more here. And we'll take her down to 5,000 if we can get that low. If not, we'll just put a little more plane change. Alright, here we go. This is very close. That's very good. I can live with that. So, let's go ahead and move over here. And let's turn off the prograde. Okay. And while this is doing that, let's find, I think it's back this way is closer. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so at about 100 seconds, we'll hit the auto center button. It's only a 53 meter per second burn, which is pretty good. Okay, so there's that. Now let's go ahead and turn this on. We'll do this burn, and I'll go ahead and put some oxygen in the old bird here, and then we'll pause the video, and we'll go ahead and complete most of our flight out. And once we get there, I will pause it and unpause it actually, and go ahead and do our approach to Jupiter. We got some things we need to do to make sure that we're lined up so that we get into orbit around Jupiter correctly, and to get lined up with Europa on our way around. So what we're planning on doing is we're going to go down and we're going to burn at Jupiter to bring our periapsis down, or to bring our apoapsis down to the orbit of Europa. And then when we swing around the planet and go back up to Europa, once we meet up with Europa, we'll just do another burn to get captured by Europa. So anyway, we got about 27 seconds left here before we begin our burn. Twelve, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, burning. Okay. Turn off the center. And
Rotation translation.
let's go ahead and get rid of some of this that's still there. Looks good to me. Alright, so let's turn off the maneuver mode. See how we did. Okay, we're just a little too close, so let's back up. There we go. Inclination's 1.5. Minimum altitude is 5,000 kilometers. So that's pretty good. All right, so let's go over here and check our oxygen. Okay, right now we have 2 months and 0 days of oxygen remaining. So what we need to do is we need to use the O2. So let's go ahead and click the button. And if you go back now, you see now we have 1 year and a month. So, all right, well, we're going to go ahead and complete a good portion of our flight out there. Probably 2/3, I'd say, something like that, of the flight. About where, maybe about half of what we are here. Let me just go ahead and call up interplanetary. So let's see what we got here. We're going to call map. We are going to reference Jupiter and target the ecliptic, and we're going to turn the ASO off and display, and we're going to zoom out here. So so our periapsis altitude showing at Jupiter, because we're so far out, is still not very accurate. As we move in closer to Jupiter, it'll change. So this will start coming down to a little more accurate. Excuse me, a little more accurate number. So let's go ahead and we'll start our trip out. And I'm going to pause this, and we'll catch you when we get most of the way out there. All right, so we're about 70 million seconds out. So it's a good time as any to go ahead and do a course adjustment. So what we're going to do here I'm not even going to set up a maneuver this time. I'm just going to go ahead and use linear translation because we're in the middle of nowhere. As you can see over here on the left-hand side, we're basically nowhere. From what it looks like we're going to pass out and come back around, and it looks like Jupiter's going to come around. We're going to catch it over here and not over here. So you may also have noticed I turned the cursor back on. I didn't know it was turned off. So anyway, let's go ahead and turn off the prograde, and let's just do a little bumping of the linear translation. So first of all, let's try N. Okay, that's helping. Give it a little bit bigger bump with the main engines there. Get it down a little quicker. Okay, we're at 600 million kilometers. And what we're going to do is that blue line, that blue dashed line, we're going to spin around so it lays over the line of nodes. So our periapsis, let me zoom down in there so I can see it. Okay, our periapsis is here. So let's go ahead and continue bringing it down. Our relative inclination is looking good. Periapsis altitude is 200 million kilometers. Now, being that I'm not British or what have you, I don't understand all this kilometer stuff. So I may be saying it wrong, I don't know. So if I am, sorry. Okay, over the... Okay, come on down, folks. Alright, we're 40, 30, 20. Okay, so let's zoom in a little closer. Okay, now we're going to use a little control thrust here because we're getting a little close. And there we go. That's actually just a little too far down. So let's back that up a little bit. Let's back it up to 5.5 thousand kilometers. All right, there we go. Now that's about where we want to be. So let's go ahead and continue our little trip out to Jupiter. And not sure how long this will take, but we'll start out here. It looks like it's going to take a while. We'll just go ahead and pause it. So zoom out a little bit here. So we're at 100,000 right there, 100,000 times normal speed. Alright, so let's go ahead and reference Jupiter. Okay, and then we're going to target Europa. So Europa, periapsis, they're oh, what's the word I want? Their orbit time. Let's see, where do I find orbital time? It's been so long since, is that it there? Time? 307,000 seconds. I think that sounds pretty close, so.
Warning, oxygen low.
Okay, well, we got to go in here and fill up our oxygen again. So, just like last time. Use O2. Back to system. And we're full now. So, let's go ahead and head off. Continue on. But yes, I'm pretty sure the T stands for the time around the orbit. I'll have to check and see because I'm not 100% positive. Now if I change projection, yeah, that doesn't change. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's the time. So what we need to do is we will need to set it up so that when we get to Jupiter, we are in an orbital period that is, or we will be coming in at an orbital period where our arrival is a factor of the orbital time. of Europa. I don't. It's tough to explain. I'll have to see if I can explain it when I get ready to do one of those functions. But right now we're not ready to do that. So let's getting a little closer here. Let's see if we're into the strong influence of Jupiter yet. Because if we are, we need to go ahead and do, or not strong. We need to do a. If we're being influenced by Jupiter, we need to do a correction right away. Don't think so because Jupiter's still back here, so we're right here. So we should be okay for a while. Let's see if we can find Jupiter. Let's hit the whole buttons there. It's probably coming up behind us. Saturn. Actually, let's go outside the ship. It'd probably be easier that way. Saturn, Venus. Yeah, it's probably coming up over here. Yeah, right there it is. So right here. Anyway, coming along pretty good. Now, Jupiter, okay, so Jupiter is now, even though we're this far away, you can see how far away we are. We're already getting some gravitational influence from Jupiter. So, all right, let's go ahead and turn prograde again, which isn't far from where we are right now. It's pretty good. Okay, prograde. Now, there was a way to walk up and take a look. There we go. Yeah, you get to go up on the promenade or the foredeck or whatever you want to call it. It's pretty cool. We'll have to do it when we get to Jupiter, and we'll look out close out the window so you can see what it looks like. It's pretty cool. Anyway, excuse me. Let's turn prograde off. And let's go and start doing
Rotation translation.
our little bump here. And let's get our stuff adjusted. All right. Let's get her back down to 5,000 kilometers. And we need to adjust this a little bit, not too much. And that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and maneuver on. What we'll do is we'll stop out here, and then we'll start the calculations for the intercept with Jupiter. Right now, I don't think we're going to do that this episode. We'll do it next episode. I've got to do some research here because I'm not 100% sure how to do this. So I've got to research it to figure it out. It has to do with taking the 360 degrees and then dividing the orbital rotation of, or not the rotation, but the orbital period of the body you're wanting to rendezvous with, and a couple other things. I can't remember exactly how to do it, so we'll have to do it here a little later, I guess. All right, how's our influence? Okay. Yeah, this has got to be the time of orbital period. It has to be 300,000 seconds, so that's fine. Okay. As we get closer to Jupiter, interplanetary gets much more accurate, so that is a good thing. Right now we're showing negatives. Okay, what we'll do is we'll get over here about to where the line is on the S, and then we'll stop this video. We'll just call this the transitioning video, the en route video, I guess, would be what it is. And then we'll start all our adjusting and everything, because right now we're sitting at 43 million seconds before we get to Jupiter. So that's about a good time to start. And then each time we'll do the adjustment, we'll half this and then check it again, half it, check it again, half it, check it again, half it, check it again, like that. So, all right. All right, well, we are going to slow this down now. Going to take a look outside, see if we can see Jupiter. Let's turn on this. Yep, there it is. So there's Jupiter. And we are going to go over there and visit Jupiter. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop this one here because it is probably close to half an hour. So anyway, I'm going to finish this one up tomorrow. We'll do a capture and then get into orbit around Jupiter, and then we'll end up getting up there and orbiting Europa. And once we get to Europa, I'll get that word right, we'll go ahead and land this bad boy. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, and give it a like if you liked it. That way folks know that I'm out there. Anyway, I will catch everybody next time around. Aloha!